Hi everyone, I'm Sausan from Brain Corner English. It's freezing outside in San Antonio today. Today we're analyzing real winter storm vocabulary from a recent NBC News report. I've included the link to the full video in the description below if you want to watch it. But in this lesson, we're breaking down 12 essential terms like bracing for, crippling, power grid, and the bottom line. Let's get started. Let's start with our first phrase, bracing for. When people are bracing for something, they're preparing themselves mentally and physically for something difficult that is coming. In the news, this phrase is very common before storms, disasters, or major events. So when reporters say millions of Americans are bracing for a winter storm, they mean people expect trouble and are getting ready for it. Next, we have declared emergencies. This is official language. When a governor or government official declares an emergency, it means the situation is serious enough to activate emergency powers. This can change laws temporarily and allow more resources to be used. In the news, this phrase signals seriousness, not panic, but authority. Now let's look at the word spanning. Spanning means covering a large distance, area, or period of time. When reporters say a storm is spanning 2,000 miles, they're emphasizing just how massive it is. This word helps the audience understand scale, how big the situation really is. The next word is crippling. Crippling means causing severe damage or stopping something from functioning normally. In weather reports, you'll often hear about crippling ice or crippling storms. This doesn't mean minor inconvenience. It means roads, power, or daily life may stop working properly. Now let's talk about freezing rain. Freezing rain is especially dangerous because it looks like rain, but the moment it touches the ground, it freezes. Roads, trees, and power lines can become covered in ice very quickly. That's why freezing rain is often more dangerous than snow. Next is wind chill. Wind chill does not describe the actual temperature on a thermometer. Instead, it describes how cold the air feels on your skin because of the wind. So even if the temperature is 0 degrees, the wind chill can make it feel much colder, sometimes dangerously cold. Let's move on to power grid. The power grid is the system that delivers electricity, wires, stations, and infrastructure. During winter storms, ice and wind can damage power lines. When the power grid fails, people may lose electricity for hours or even days. That's why the news often focuses on this term during storms. The phrase travel impossible is very strong language. When the National Weather Service says travel may be impossible, they mean roads, airports, and public transportation may shut down completely. This isn't advice. It's a warning. News organizations use this phrase carefully, only when conditions are extremely dangerous. Now we have the word scrambling. Scrambling means acting quickly, often under stress or pressure. In storm coverage, reporters often say stores are scrambling to restock, shelves or crews are scrambling to repair damage. This word adds urgency and movement to the story. The verb looms is a classic news word. When something looms, it appears large, threatening, and unavoidable. A storm that looms hasn't arrived yet, but it's coming. This word creates tension without being emotional. Now let's look at an idiomatic phrase, the bottom line. This phrase means the most important point, the final conclusion. News anchors often use it to summarize complex situations. For example, the bottom line is people should stay indoors. Finally, we have hunker down. This is a more informal conversational phrase. To hunker down means to stay in a safe place and wait until danger passes. It's very common in American English during storms and emergencies. You'll hear it in both news reports and everyday conversations. You may notice that news English sounds formal and serious. That's because it uses dramatic verbs, precise numbers, and official terms. The purpose is not to scare people. It's to create urgency, clarity, and authority. Today's vocabulary shows how English handles emergencies. We saw preparation language like bracing for declared emergencies, looms, weather terms like freezing rain, wind chill, crippling, spanning impact language such as impossible travel, scrambling, power grid, and idiomatic phrases like the bottom line, hunker down. These patterns repeat across news stories, not just weather, but politics and global events. Now let's reflect. Which words stood out to you most? How does news in your country report emergencies? And how would you describe a storm using today's vocabulary? Remember, news English is urgent, precise, and formal. Practice makes perfect. And the more you listen, the more natural this language will feel. Thanks for learning with me today. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more English in the News lessons. See you next time.